guys. All right, so it is day one of Contemporaryathon. It is Monday morning. My girls just went to school. I am getting ready to go to the gym, this is my gym look. And we're gonna get started on Contemporaryathon today. I'm very excited about this week. I have 4 books on my TBR this week, and I am hopefully going to get through all 4 of them. Definitely my goal. So at the gym, I listen to audiobooks while I work out. It's just, I don't listen to music or anything. I listen to audiobooks, and it helps me get through my workouts and it helps it make it not so boring. And I have found the audiobook for Safely Home, which is on my TBR. This is for my diverse read, and I am going to listen to this at the gym this week. I should be able to get through the whole thing this week, no problem. I'm at the gym at least an hour and a half every day. So I should be able to get through this, no problem. Plus I listen to audiobooks sped up, so it takes me not as long as the actual audiobook is to get in. Usually I can listen on double speed, sometimes 1.5, depends on the narrator. But this one I'm gonna be starting today for sure. So this one is set partially at least in China, and it follows a man who was roommates with a Chinese man, and something happens to him, I think, and so he goes to China to try to either find him or help him out or something. That's all I know. But this is on my birthday reading project, as are all the books on my TBR for this read-a-thon, so I'm excited to get to it. So that will be listened to at the gym for sure. So I'll get started on that. I'll let you know how far I get. And then when I get home, I'm just planning to read today. I don't have anything else to do. I am just literally gonna come home, shower, and sit down and read. And I'm excited about it. So I will let you know when I get home and when I'm ready to sit down what I'm gonna be concentrating on. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get this started. Hey guys, all right, so post-gym shower look going on right now. But I did go to the gym this morning and listened to Safely Home, and I got about 56 pages into this at my time at the gym. So this is following an American businessman named Ben, and he is going through, works at a big company in Portland, and he has reasons to go to China to do some business there. And he remembers that he was roommates with a man from China in college, and they were great friends. So it's been a very long time. I think it's been at least 20 years since they've seen each other or had contact with each other. But Ben tracks him down and sees that he's still, that he's living in China, and he is going to go and stay with him and his family when he's over there doing his business. I'm just trying to remember everything in my head right now, so sorry if it's a little bit choppy, but that's what I have so far. This also is a Christian fiction, which I didn't realize, which was a added bonus for me. I do enjoy Christian books. So what is happening with his ex-roommate, and I cannot remember his name. That's what I was trying to look at. I was trying to find his name. I'm gonna have to look deeper to look at the spelling of it so I can tell you. But the Chinese man is also a Christian, which is very, very frowned upon in China. So it's going into their practice of religion and their thoughts about religion, and it even alluded to the fact that it's illegal to teach any type of religion to children under 18, which is very interesting. And so you see him struggle with that because he believes in Jesus and reads the Bible and everything, but he has to keep it quiet. In America, when he was going to college, he could do whatever he wanted. He went to Bible studies, he did all these things because we have that freedom of religion here, but in China, they don't have that. So you kind of see him experience growing up that way and then coming over here and having that freedom and then going back to China and not having that freedom and how he's dealing with that. So that's very interesting as well. I think Ben is also going to struggle with his religion because he was just put in a situation where he had to fire a family member from his business because there were some complaints brought about him that he was pushing his Christian views on people. And there was a very big heated argument in his office regarding that, which brought up a lot of important points, I think, on both sides. So it was interesting. I did enjoy that part of it. And yeah, so very interesting so far. I think this is going to be one that's definitely going to make me think a lot. So I'm excited about it. Okay, so I read 56 pages of this at the gym. So that will be continued tomorrow. And then now I am going to pick up The Life She Was Given by Ellen Marie Wiseman. And I'm going to start with this one here because I've already started it. I actually did try a chapter tag involving this one a while ago, and I was already a chapter into this. So I cheated a little bit last night and picked up this one and read the second chapter. So I'm 2 chapters in here already, basically. But last night I didn't really have anything to read because I'd finished everything, and I was like, I'll just pick this up. So I did, and I read a chapter last night. I really enjoyed it, like really, really. So I am 26 pages into this one as of right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and include that into my page count. And then I'm going to be working on this for today. Hey guys. All right. So I am 75 pages into this right now, and I am loving it. Oh my goodness. This is a dual timeline, which I love. The first one is in 1931 in New York, and it follows a little girl who was born, and she is different, and she doesn't know why, but her parents basically don't let her leave the house. She's locked in her attic. She lives up there and she's taken care of, but she's not allowed to leave her room. She's not allowed to go outside. She's not allowed to have any interaction with anyone except her parents, and her mother's also physically abusive towards her. Her dad shows her more affection, but he's still really not there, and he's an alcoholic. So this poor little girl's going through all that. The end of the first chapter really leaves you kind of knowing where this is heading, and where it's heading is that this little girl's mother ends up selling her to a circus. So because she's a quote-unquote freak. Upon further reading about this, like she's described and you kind of know what's going on, but then they're actually put a name to it, and she's an albino. So that's what's happening. And basically her parents were ashamed of that. And the second timeline is in 1956, and we follow a girl named Julia who was born to the same parents, and she was born after the first girl, Lily, was sold to the circus, so she was born later. So she is her younger sister and doesn't know that she had an older sister because she was sold before she was born, and she was never spoken of again, basically. So, and Julia actually ran away from her house, from her parents, because she was kind of being treated very similarly. She wasn't locked away because she looked quote unquote normal, but she was abused as well. So as a teenager, Julia ran away and trying to make it on her own, having a hard time. She ends up getting a letter that her mother has passed away. Her dad died quite a while ago, but her mother has passed away, and she's the sole heir to their estate. So she is going back to live in this house and try to figure things out from there. Oh, it's so good. And so right now we're kind of going through Julia going back to the house and seeing things that I'm sure upon being in the house and finding things, she's going to figure out that she has a little or a big sister. And we are also following Lily trying to become accustomed to being in the circus and circus life and the people around her. She doesn't trust anybody. She doesn't know anybody. She's never been out of her room. So, you know, she's having a hard time. And yeah, so very good. The writing is fantastic. I'm realizing this is not a contemporary, as in it was written in the timeline that this was taking place. So, but there's no magic involved, so I'm going to count it. I have to. So, yeah, but it's okay. If Chelsea and Natasha and Julie want to come and knock on my door and yell at me, then I'll just distract them with wine and everything will be fine. So everything's great, but yeah. Okay, I'm going to keep on reading. Kids are coming home in about 10-15 minutes. So we'll see how much I can read, before then. But later on today, Layla has twirling practice. She just joined baton twirling, so I'm going to take her to that, and I'll take my book with me as well because it's 45 minutes for her class, and I can usually try to get a little bit of reading done. And yeah, that's really all our plans today. It's just I got to take Layla to baton, and that's it. So yeah, hopefully I can make a really good dent in here today. Hey guys, all right, it is Tuesday. I'm back in my chair. I have been to the gym this morning. I listened to more of Safely Home. I'm almost halfway through now. It's going really, really fast. And I did bump up the speed to double speed, so that's probably why. But that's going really well. It's very interesting. And I have come home, I showered, I worked on a school assignment that I had to do this week, so I went ahead and got that done, and now I am ready to pick this back up again. So last night I got to page 100, so I'm about that far through. I'm really, really enjoying this, and I'm just ready to dive back in right now. All right, guys, so kids are gonna be here in about 5 minutes or so, but I have been reading. I am now on page 145, not quite as far as I wanted to be. I wanted to try to get to at least halfway before anyone came home. I got a little distracted, I'm not gonna lie. I need to put my phone in the other room. It tends to distract me a lot, and plus I have stuff on my mind, so it's just always, right? But I'm gonna keep on reading. Loving this book so far. I'm loving the dual timeline. I love dual timelines in books when you're kind of going back and forth between past and present. And I'm really enjoying that aspect and seeing how different things are. And yeah, I'm loving it. And I'm loving the circus atmosphere that Lily is experiencing right now. It's interesting and heartbreaking at the same time. So it's kind of strange, but I love her interaction with the elephants right now. Oh, I'm loving that so much. I love elephants. So yeah, very interesting though. I'm really loving it. Guys, all right, so it's Wednesday. And I did an update last night, so sorry about that. But I'm gonna go ahead and update you now because I have a lot to talk about. First, I finished Safely Home. I finished this today because I did go to the gym this morning, and then I also had to go run a few errands, and my errands were about 30 or 25, 30-minute drive one way for me. So there and back, I listened in my car as well, and I was able to finish it that way. So, yeah, this went really fast for being such a long book. It was just a really fast read. I was really surprised by how fast it was. Okay. So this one surprised me. This was not anything like I was expecting. I didn't know that it was a Christian fiction book. And it really ended up being the story of a Chinese man getting persecuted for his Christian beliefs in China. And his friend comes in by, going and staying with him while he's over there doing some business. And his friend is also struggling with Christianity and with kind of freedom of religion type thing, and he had to deal with it in his workplace, and so he was really struggling too. And then going to see his friend over there and realizing that he's a Christian in a country that's not even legal to be a Christian over there, and you literally see him being persecuted for his beliefs by the government. So yep, lots of stuff happened. I mean, this poor man was treated like a POW by his government. Legit. So it was very sad. And yeah, but to see him still have his faith amongst all of that, and that's what kept him going, was also very refreshing and very uplifting. So I really enjoyed this though. So I gave it 4 stars. Not a full 5 because the writing wasn't the best. It was very basic, and I find I struggle with that with Christian fiction books. Sometimes the writing can be very, very basic, and it's like, okay. So I did find that with this too. But 4 stars, really enjoyed it. Okay, so that one is done. So that was my audiobook for the week. So now do I go to another audiobook? I wasn't planning to, but I mean, I have 2 more books on my TBR that I can you know, knock one of those out with an audio. So I'll probably see what I can find, if I can find either one of those through my libraries. So I may do that right now. Okay, so now I'm going to continue with The Life She Was Given. I am now 200 pages in, so more than halfway. I only have about 140, actually 130 pages. I think I'm on page 210 right now. So I would love to finish this today if I can. I would love to do that. I would really, truly love that. We're going to see if I can. But I'm sitting down right now to read. I'm going to read as much as I can before kiddos get home and all that stuff. I think my sister may be getting home a little bit earlier today to pick them up because I think my nephew has soccer practice, so I don't think they're going to be here for very long. And then, you know, after my kids are settled and homework's done and everything, I can really dive in again. So I would just love to finish this today. I really, really, truly would. And I'm going to try my hardest. I read a scene last night that was probably one of the most beautiful scenes I've ever read. It really was. If you've read this, I won't go into everything because I don't want to, I mean, it's not really too much of a spoiler, but it was the scene where Lily and Cole took the elephants down to the river at night, and it was like midnight, and they took them down to the river. That scene was so beautiful. It was just, oh, I loved every minute of it. That's one of my favorite scenes I've ever read. It really, truly was. It was so gorgeous. I loved it. All right, so goal today, finish this. So I finished one book, hoping to finish 2 today. Let's cross our fingers, hope it happens, and I will let you know. Hey guys, okay, it's Thursday, and I just finished this. I got to the point last night where I had 10 pages left, and I could not keep my eyes open, and I was so angry because all I wanted to do was finish this, and I couldn't stay awake, like just because I was so tired. It was late, and I tried really hard, but I couldn't do it. So I finished it this morning. Okay. This is a 5-star read. 1000% 5 stars. Not even a question. And this book made me cry, you guys. Again, 2 months in a row now, a book has made me cry. These elephants, I can't. That's the part that got me. Pepper, I can't. All sorts of things get unfolded. There's twists and turns. It was amazing. I loved every second of this. Yeah. Circus books are my jam, and this is definitely one of them. This is one of the best books I've read all year. I loved every minute of it, and it made me cry, and it's definitely a 5 stars. So, book number 2 is done. This fulfilled the prompt for a book with my initials on the cover, SMS. So, all right. Whew. Now that that one is done, I am going to now pick up The Vanishing by Wendy Webb, and I have this on Hoopla on audiobook. I found it last night, so I'm going to listen to this. I'm going to go ahead and get started now because I have some scrapbooking that I need to do for my other YouTube channel, and I got to do some today, and so I'm going to listen to this while I do that, so that'll be fun. And yeah, okay, I'm emotionally exhausted from that book. There were so many emotions going on in that one, and if you haven't read it, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I absolutely loved it. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this one right now and do some scrapbooking and keep you updated. But I am now 2 books down and starting book number 3, so going pretty well. Hey guys, okay, so I have finished everything I need to do this morning. I just got out of the shower, so I am ready to sit down and concentrate on some more reading. Okay. I scrapbooked for a good 3 solid hours today. That's pretty darn good. Got a lot done. I got everything done that I needed to, which was fantastic. The entire time that I was scrapbooking, I listened to The Vanishing, and I am almost halfway through. Like, I listened to all that this morning. I'm on page 124 right now, which is like, woo, it went really fast. So this is about a woman named Julia who I have to kind of wrap my head around because there's a character in The Life She Was Given named Julia. So, okay, separate the two. But she opens up the book with her husband had recently died. I'm pretty positive he killed himself. It hasn't really gone too much into the death of him yet, just that he died. And she found his body, but I'm pretty sure he killed himself. And after his death, things had come out about what he was doing with his job, as in he was embezzling money from his clients, like a Bernie Madoff type thing. And she had no idea that that was happening. So there's a lot of people really angry at him and her because they, you know, are kind of under the assumption that she knew about it and she didn't. So she's getting pretty crucified, kind of finds herself pretty alone. You know, all her friends have kind of left and ditched her and all that. So she ends up getting approached by somebody offering her a job. And she's like, I don't understand. She is a writer as well. She's had books published, but she isn't currently working anywhere. And now, like, she doesn't have any money because the government has kind of seized it all. So this man offers her a job, and it's basically to be a companion to his mother, who's very old and just kind of needs somebody there with her all the time, and he can't be there all the time. So not really like a nurse or anything, but just a companion. And, you know, he says, you can come and live with us in the estate, and, you know, like, you're never gonna have to worry about anything else again. All these problems of yours can disappear. She's very intrigued by it. And then he tells her who his mother is, and his mother is a very famous author and one of her favorite authors. This woman like has books that are required reading in school. Like, she's very, very well known. She's also assumed to be dead. Like, everyone thinks she's dead. So at first she doesn't believe him. She's like, no, she's not even alive. He said, no, yeah, she is. She, you know, people are assuming she's dead. She's never corrected anybody. She kind of just wants to live the rest of her life in peace and quiet and by herself, you know, without not being in a spotlight. So, so Julia takes him up on this offer, basically. And it's called The Vanishing because that's kind of what he calls it. Like, I can help you vanish. I can help you get away from all these things and all these people and the papers and, you know, all this stuff. We can help you vanish. And, that's what's happening. And so she moves into this house, and some weird stuff is happening though. And she's trying to piece some things together, and like, it's getting a little creepy. So, very interesting. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's good. So yeah, audiobook is going very well. Listened to almost half of it in one sitting. So hopefully I can listen to a bunch tomorrow and maybe like listen to the rest of it tomorrow. That would be amazing if I could do that. We'll have to see. If not, I'll finish it over the weekend. But now I'm editing some videos, or I've already edited, but I'm getting them uploaded right now and scheduled and stuff. But I have about 20 minutes till kids get home, so I'm going to start working on the Island by Tracy Garvis Graves. So that's what I'm going to work on for the rest of the day, and it's on my Kindle. So that's going to be my non-traditional format, I guess you could say. It's also my 5-star prediction, because this was in a 5-star prediction video that I talked about for Book List Thursday. So 2 birds on that one. And this one is the orange on the cover type thing. There's kind of orangey in the brick and stuff. So, all right, that's what's happening. So very productive morning, both reading and scrapbooking. And now I'm hoping to have a productive rest of the day. We don't have to go anywhere at all. So hopefully I can knock a whole bunch of On the Island out. I'm really excited to read it. I've heard very good things about it. And, oh, this is also a Dark and Taboo. This one fills 3 prompts. This one alone. Dark and Taboo, because it follows a teacher and a student and like their relationship together. And I think it grows into something more. So, okay, that's it. We're going to get this done. I'll update you later on how I do, but so far going pretty well. Hey guys, okay, it's Friday. It is Friday. It is storming something crazy outside. Really bad. I had to run a ton of errands today, and while I was out, it started raining a little bit, but then about in the last hour, it just completely started pouring. So, yay fun. Had to pick up my little one from school today. We just got back from picking her up. Her stomach is not feeling very good, so I was like, end of the day on Friday, I'll come get you. So she's home right now, and let me update you on where I am. So I started on the island last night and got about 15% in. Loving it. I love the dual perspectives. You get perspectives from both of the main characters. And I mean, this book starts out with a bang. It is like, here's all the bad stuff, like right in chapter 1. If you don't know what this is about a teacher and a student, and she has agreed to take a job over the summer to tutor him because he is recovering from lymphoma, and he is in remission, but he's very behind in school because of that. He missed a lot of school because of his sickness. So his parents have hired a tutor to come and stay with them over the summer on their vacation home, which is in the Maldives, and they are on the plane to go out there. They're like on their very last plane, which is a seaplane. You know, they take off from the water. That's the only way to get to the island where they're staying. And the pilot of the plane has a heart attack and the plane goes down and they crash. And they are on a deserted island right now, trying to survive, just the tutor and the student. So she is 30, he is 16. And that is where it is. That's like, boom, first chapter. Holy crap. So, yep. Crazy. And also I'm really, really enjoying it. I really like the writing. So, that's where I am with that. I haven't picked it up since last night. I do plan to get to that again today. However, I did finish The Vanishing. I actually just finished it a couple of hours ago, and I was able to listen to this in 2 sittings, literally. It went really, really quickly. I did have it sped up to double speed, so it didn't take me too long to get through it because of that. This actually, I don't know if this counts as a contemporary because it does have some paranormal elements in it. It has some seances and some ghosts and some evil spirits. So, but the way it ends kind of leaves me thinking, like, was that all really happening, or is somebody a little bit crazy? So I don't really know. So I guess it could kind of count. I don't know, because there's like an insane asylum involved in here too. So yeah. All right, so I enjoyed it. I'm going to give it 3 stars. It wasn't anything spectacular, but it was written really well, and it was interesting. It kept me interested the whole time. So a 3-star for me, which is, you know, it's good, but not, you know, incredible, amazing. I'm gushing about it, but it was good, and it's less than 300 pages. So a good quick read if you want something like that. But yep, so that one is done. So now I have 3 books done. I only have 1 more. On the Island is my only other book on my TBR. So I'm going to spend the rest of the readathon reading that. I'm very excited. Hopefully I can get to it here quickly. I think I can. Right now I have to go do some filming before kids get home from school because I have a couple videos to do. And after that, my daughter has book club at the library, and I think I might take my little one over to my parents' house so that she can kind of relax there if she's still not feeling very well. I won't make her sit at the library with us for an hour and 15 minutes while Kaylin is in book club. So that's probably going to be the plan. And since I'll have an hour and 15 minutes there, I'm going to take my Kindle and read there. I can find a cushy chair and just sit and read while Kaylin's in her book club. And I think that's going to be the plan. We were also planning to go to a high school football game tonight, but it's going to depend on the weather. And yeah, we'll see. I don't know. And it will also depend on how Layla's feeling. If she's still not feeling very well, I'm not going to make her go to a football game, but we'll see how it goes. We're going to just play the entirety by ear now, just to see what's going on. So, but bare minimum, I'll be able to read at the library, and I'm excited. So yeah, but 3 books down. That I was really surprised how fast I got through The Vanishing. That really was surprising to me, but I'm glad. So, all right, I'm gonna go finish out Friday, and I will let you guys know how it all goes. Hey guys, all right, so it's Sunday, and I did not update yesterday because I didn't really have any alone time yesterday. I was able to read a whole lot, but I was never really alone. My family was all home, and my niece hung out with us for most of the day too. So, but I did manage to finish On the Island, and I loved it. I actually ended up staying up until 1:30 in the morning last night finishing it because I could not finish it. It was really, really good, really good. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was written really, really well. It was very realistic for what it was. And I felt like the situations they were in were, you know, very realistic. And I think she handled the topic of a teacher-student relationship really, really well. And she wrote it to the point where you could understand how they formed this bond, and you could understand why they formed this bond, and that it wasn't just, well, we're the only two people here, might as well. It wasn't that at all. And it was really good. So I really, really loved it. And I did love that you also saw them after they had come back home, and you saw how they handled their relationship back home and kind of in the spotlight, because, you know, they got saved and their story came out, and so it was kind of like all over the news type thing. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Total 5 stars, loved it. Okay, so that's it for me. I'm not gonna start and finish another book today, there's no way. So I'm gonna actually probably watch TV all day and give my brain a little bit of a break. So let's recap what I read. I will start with the challenges and just kind of go from there. So for the challenge to read something with orange on the cover, I read The Vanishing by Wendy Webb and gave it 3 stars. This is kind of more of a ghost story than a contemporary, but it did leave a lot of questions, so it's fine. A Dark or Taboo Topic, which I'm just gonna hold my Kindle up for On the Island because that's how I read it, On the Island by Tracy Garvis Graves, which is a teacher-student relationship. Diverse, I read Safely Home by Randy Alcorn. This was actually set mostly in China and followed a Chinese man who was a Christian who was that's very frowned upon over there, almost illegal to be a Christian. Non-traditional format, actually 2 of those could have fit because I read this On the Island on my Kindle, and then I also actually listened to Safely Home on audiobook. So I had 2 different non-traditional formats for those. Initials on the cover, The Life She Was Given by Ella Marie Wiseman. Love it, love it. My initials are SMS, so both of those are on the cover here. And oh my gosh, this book is one of my favorites of the year. I loved it so much. A new to you author, all of them. I had not read anything by any of these 4 authors, so all of them. And then a 5-star prediction. The official 5-star prediction I had was On the Island. It's one that I made in Booklist Thursday video that will be coming up for a follow-up here soon, probably in November. But this was also a 5-star prediction. I had a feeling that this was going to be 5 stars. I didn't officially say it in any videos, but this was as well, and they were both 5 stars. So I read 1 3-star, 1 4-star, and 2 5 stars. And I completed all the challenges and read 4 books this week. So that's pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with myself on that. And yeah, so that was fun. That was a good read-a-thon. Definitely a success. And yeah, I'm happy. And all 4 of these were part of my birthday reading project as well. So I've made some big progress on that. I was really, really happy about that. And that's gonna be it for Contemporaryathon. So that was fun. I'll definitely do this read-a-thon again. This is my 2nd time doing it, and I'll do it again as well. So it was good. All right, so let me know down below if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts were and all that good stuff. And that's gonna be it for me today. So hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.